Hey there everyone, this is Zaire.
And this is Lip.
And we're back at our normal time slot with Danganronpa.
Yay!
Alright, so we need to head to the secret room. See if we can connect the AI to the internet. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Skynet. Skynet! No. I'm sure waifu Skynet will be just fine.
I think it was the second floor. There you go. Where the big pink exclamation mark is.
Hey.
Hey, Makoto.
Sorry.
Why?
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again.
What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. And to make sure you don't run off, I'm going to wait right here.
Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful, I thought it made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go.
Okay, I'm going.
So then.
And be thorough. I'm counting on you.
Jeez. Girlfriend dictating my bathroom habits.
Go pee! That's what I say to my dog.
Okay. First we have to find the network cable.
And by that, look everywhere else but the network cable first, because we are OC.
There's so many documents here before, and now nothing. Who took them? And why?
It's not true. There's paper on the floor, and there's a tissue box on the table, and...
Apparently uninteresting paper. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it! This is a network cable, right? We just have to connect Alter Ego. I immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the Ethernet port with the cable.
Suddenly she started screaming.
And that should do it.
That's right.
I think it worked.
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world. If I can, I'll see if I can call for help. So please just wait a little while longer.
I'm gonna
Just hold
do
tight
my
and put your faith in me.
As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us. As friends.
Friends? Even me?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Makoto. You sound really masculine when you type.
Makoto.
It's kind of sexy. How did it go?
I sound exactly the same as when Kyoko types. Well, it went okay. But all the, documents were gone. Just like I told you. My reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us here.
Goodbye.
Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Kyoko!
What?
Yes?
So we're just gonna split up?
Why is that?
Of course. I have no reason to stay with you at this point.
Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct?
Whew.
Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance.
That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done. It's true.
However,
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen.
And what should we...
so...
If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now.
Which is why Alter Ego.
Correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friends.
You're right. That's our only option. We parted ways, and I headed back to my room. I'm kinda tired. So I laid down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving alter ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all...
Stress tends to do that.
I completely dozed off.
Ooh.
The sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and pulled me back to the real world. Go, don't tell me someone's dead.
Makoto.
Makoto, get out here.
Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me, and she was white as a ghost. It sounds like something happened.
As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake.
She said for us to come to the rec room.
The rec room? Okay, let's hurry.
Oh, there she is.
You got your color back, and you're smiling.
Makoto! Kyoko!
Hina, what's wrong?
Something's not right. In the rec room.
What's inside?
What, a ghost or something?
There's a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did...
Huh?
Sakura?
What's going on?
Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head.
Hey,
What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. But I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking. I tried calling her name. But she wouldn't respond. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
anyway,
First of all, we need to get into that room.
But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations.
listen to me.
We're going to force our way in.
I just said...
Wrong.
The door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock.
Huh? Then why?
It would seem...
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair?
Chair.
In other words,
Either way, the door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply.
Sure, I mean, it's just my neck on the line. And it's no problem if we break in.
indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll get something to break with it. Wait, right there!
Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Hopefully there's air in there. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure... Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. Now that silence didn't last long.
Here! I found a broom in the classroom. Use it!
Oh, good thinking. Then we can clean up the mess after.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please hurry!
Have either of you seen my muscle mass?
I know,
I'm basically negative.
You should have an easier time doing this. You eating all that protein and stuff. You should be ripped.
Okay, you two stand back. I'm going to summon all of my machismo in this one blow! I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could. Aiming directly at the window. All it took was one solid hit. Oh, go Makoto.
Oh, wow. Yeah!
The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor.
Into your eyes.
I stuck my hand through the now open window like an idiot and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. My arm was never the same. The chair's pretty heavy.
Glass!
But if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand on her...
Huh? She turned to stone?
all I felt was cold death. could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then...
A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
So I guess it doesn't count as discovering when we saw her through the window. Or maybe part of it is that we have to confirm that they're dead.
Hey, Feather. Welcome to the stream. No.
Sakura's.
Aw.
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body.
Wow. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again.
Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead? Checking for a pulse or a reaction?
Wow. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others.
On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
That girl is gonna snap.
And I... Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again.
I need to examine Sakura's body.
I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long...
I got everyone. Don't call her that!
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see. Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered. And by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
No. Whoever killed her. Not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It's one of you! Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura!
I mean,
Ooh,
likely, but let's get some facts here first.
I know.
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation.
I don't need to investigate anything.
Come on, Aoi, you're better than this.
Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. Who would that be?
Of the people not in this room currently, you know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
The Monokuma file!
And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then...
In other words,
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with that little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well, dime.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the Blackened is this time, I owe you one!
What is this?
You owe them one?
Oopsie! Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one? I hate him. I hate this whole thing.
Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead.
Then let's decide who will stand guard this time.
I'll do it.
Hina?
I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1. But we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me?
You're always a thorn in my side. This time you just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order.
Oh, fuck you.
Order?
That's fine.
Fine. I'll stay behind.
Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we?
Oh, no. Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is...
Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura!
I won't.
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate.
I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here.
Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
No, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway.
And you, Hiro? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine. I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her!
Naturally. Who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough.
And they screen pan to exactly the person.
I know, right? That's enough fighting. We need to focus on investigating from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us will face execution.
Oh, minus the one. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it.
Here's a crazy thought. What if she killed herself?
It's not impossible, but it's really hard to imagine Monokuma would be really happy about that situation.
I don't
Furthermore, she had a real chip on her shoulder about him, so I find it hard to consider she'd just off herself without, addressing that.
Possible. Let's look around.
I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. Victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
Hey,
I think this time might be a challenge.
Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door.
So, if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder.
Also, don't think I didn't notice that reference. Though I'm not sure if this came before or after. Locked room murder? Guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails?
Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special methods seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations.
So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow that.
Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
Then the third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up.
What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everybody else, and that's that.
That sounds like it could have been possible. Maybe.
it's true.
And then the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all.
Not a locked room.
In other words,
By that I mean there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible.
Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics.
There are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of these 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say.
I see. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else.
Is it possible that she got hurt somewhere else, came in here, and blocked the door, but succumbed to her wounds?
It's possible. And the other thing is, I'm not sure I'd be quite so ready to cross off that 4th one.
Yeah.
There are a lot of clues to investigate. Let's get started. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
That's...
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. It's a candy wrapper. Sakura got upset when she found out that Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
You know, she's like 16, not 4. So you gave that candy to Sakura.
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them.
You really like them that much?
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself, and so I gave it to her. But now, they've lost all their flavor.
Kina.
Polka dot candy wrapper. That's there.
There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right?
So it got smashed.
So this must have originally been a bottle. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure.
It looks like a chess piece.
Though I question how well that would balance on the board.
I know, right?
So that's the prime candidate at this point for the murder weapon. Because she died from trauma to the head.
Is that blood over there in the back?
Very likely, I'll get to that. Huh? Lockers are open. There on the inside, it's a handprint?
Why?
What's a handprint doing here?
It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra.
So then, maybe the killer hidden here until the locked room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right?
Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? I'm wondering if that was actually... Yeah, I guess it has to be that window. Looking at that flashback, it was weird that it was blue tint. Well, that looks like that might have been one of these. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf.
Ah.
And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure, and there's one more missing.
Uh-huh. Chess pieces.
The
knight.
king.
Wait, I thought the Monokuma was holding a knight.
The one on the floor, yes, but we're also missing the king.
Ah.
What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottles?
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle.
Huh?
You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that?
Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will.
I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. Monokuma bottles sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. It's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. The position is odd. Must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
No, we don't. We've never already known. Stop that. Stop.
Stop it.
Forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro, it had to be one of them.
So you just admitted we don't know who it is.
You couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
Not at all. Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here, in the rec room.
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room in the rec room by noon.
By noon. Monokuma file said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, but she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I didn't stop her by force, then this never would have happened.
Hina, it's impossible not to have regrets. I know. The fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. Might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Did she invite them all at the same time?
I don't know. Good question. I can ask Byakuya at least.
Yep.
1 o'clock. Just an hour ago. Wait, an hour? I don't think the body gets that cold that quickly.
I was wondering that myself.
Yeah, it couldn't have been.
No, it's not saying someone didn't go and change the clock, but
True.
that's kind of out there if they did.
Yeah, the fact that the body is really cold says that a good amount of time had to have passed. Okay, but for Sakura to have been killed.
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand?
They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
Well, there's one thing. If she was running a trust exercise. Sort of like, okay, I see that you guys don't trust me, so if any of you want to, here's your chance.
Yeah.
It would explain why she's smiling.
Yeah, I know, right? She's smiling. That's a weird expression to have.
I don't think she would just offer herself up, though. There must have been an ulterior motive, if that was the case.
Or maybe she, like I said, maybe she succumbed to her wounds and sat there, knowing she was going to die, but she died with a smile on her face. I don't know what she was thinking, but, you know.
Oh, Proteinzyme X. That came up last week, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So,
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty.
Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein.
Ooh.
And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2.
You might want to check
Poison.
that. Possibly, yeah.
That reminds me. Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange.
Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Sure.
Shards of light blue glass, which if this was here first, should be under, or the shard should be on top. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is my line.
Yeah, that's your line.
That's why you weren't going. Shards of light blue glass. It must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also beneath it.
Makoto, we know why that matters.
Okay.
Why does that matter?
So...
You can't say for sure yet, okay? But you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel it'll become an important clue later on. Yeah, no shit.
Important clue? I'm not sure I see how.
Makoto.
Well, to be fair, we think we understand the causality of the situation, but that doesn't mean we understand what its significance is.
True.
So.
But clearly it's important, like, really.
The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So, you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay. Thanks.
Guess we gotta go ask the other one.
Yep. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, I have no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. If that's the case, wow, that was quite the throw there, Makoto. Not only did you get it out of the way, you got it out of the way and left it upright. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So, the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Okay, we need to examine the crime scene more. Oh, I don't think I actually checked her.
Yeah.
Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of that blow to the head Sakura suffered.
But
Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma files, she had also vomited blood.
poison.
And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? Monokuma files specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree?
Talking about her lips?
No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died.
Listen,
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation?
Yeah, I think so. For the most part.
so then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place.
She's decided. It's quite the honor. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Oops. Right, you don't click on the door to leave. The other 2 probably went back to their rooms. You press the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
Which one is it? That one.
Who's there?
the most negative aura I've ever felt. Aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
It's always a bad time.
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something?
I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, you've got this odd stutter whenever you lie. Also when you tell the truth.
You stutter a lot.
Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him.
Well, she wanted to meet with Master 2? She said, I said 2, didn't I? I guess it's totally obvious now, huh?
It was pretty obvious from the moment you opened the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it?
I admit it. I did get the note. But I didn't go to see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go.
Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Is that good enough? And then going back to my room.
With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Oops, that's not... I saw big hair and just assumed.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something?
I need freedom.
Yeah, actually. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you?
How do you know I have those?
But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with.
You knew that?
Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person! And she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then, you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong.
No way! I totally didn't! Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flare to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket.
Oh.
Ah!
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me.
Wow.
Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Damn it, Hiro, we just proved you're innocent in the last case.
I know.
Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room.
Yeah, let's go to the chem lab.
Sure, it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start?
Oh, there he is.
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand.
Make me.
That's a mess down there. This is my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? Is that powder? I have to be careful not to step in it. And it's a broken bottle. A bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. A broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It's C4! Nobody light a spark! Looks like the bottle has a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then, this powder must have been spilled...
In other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. That really is when it happened. It must be related to the case somehow. These are footprints?
Shoes.
And they were only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer.
What if I suck at drawing?
With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay.
You just suck at drawing. Don't you? Yeah, you suck.
So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean.
You could have done better.
For me?
I see.
So, when you look at it like this... Interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Actually, those shoes look huge. I'd be surprised if it wasn't Sakura. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. Oh, really? I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints.
No, I'm sorry for not being the guilty party.
Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. I'm wondering if these shells were swapped at some point. I mean, it'd be quite the feat to do that normally, but there could be a mechanism. There's not a lot of ceiling space.
Yeah.
We'll find out later. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink was found in the rec room, probably came from this shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number, except for one that is very glaringly obvious. So, I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident?
Totally, Makoto.
I mean, you've got to eliminate the impossible so that whenever you're done, whatever's left, however improbable, must be the truth. One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. And for completion's sake, well, this shelf is... looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kinda harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser. Which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Actually, did I talk to Byakuya? I don't think I did.
I see.
Makoto, I admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues.
I've been doing it pretty well for a while now.
I think the game's kind of implying that we've been bumbling through. Which isn't entirely inaccurate, just slightly.
As if he's done any better.
He's there making a bunch of assertions and logic deductions when he's not trying to frame himself.
Yeah. But I mean, like, during the trial, I mean, if he's really so concerned, it just kind of sounds like he just kind of jumps in when he feels like it. It doesn't make him look professional, it makes him look lazy.
And he doesn't care what our opinion of him is.
Oh, clearly
he's gonna
he
get
does.
out alone.
Clearly he cares. He's got to remind us all the time of how amazing he is. So, Makoto, how's your investigation going?
I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro told me.
I see.
So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. That's all too convenient. Someone must be lying.
Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf magazines, and the Monokuma bottles.
Oh, I wonder if that blood by the magazines is when she vomited.
That's what I'm thinking. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look over them one more time.
Body, magazines, bottles.
Yeah.
According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out.
Well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey,
Don't you think you need to actually examine the body?
Hey, it's not like I'm you who can just feel up anyone you want. There are repercussions for a guy doing that, you know?
There's no getting around it.
Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. Okay, I guess there's that too. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. Can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal.
Then, how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past.
What?
Sorry. Never
Hey.
mind. More importantly, look here.
Yellow powder.
Ah!
Her shoes.
correct.
You see the yellow powder in her instep?
Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
You'd save so much time if you just jumped to that more often.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head.
2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail.
So I'm wondering if each of them took a part in this. One of them set up the poison for her, and the other 2, for one reason or another, used one of the Monokuma bottles to smash her head in. Perhaps as a mercy.
Maybe.
Because we do know one of those bottles is missing. So someone decided to clean up after themselves. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out?
Is it because there's a second one missing?
There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and I'm sure you'll find it. Just puzzles. Puzzles.
Correlation. Hey, Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
But you won't learn anything. I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea.
That's true, you are subject to your own biases, and so having a fresh perspective come to their own conclusions independent of you would go a long way into finding new and useful hints. Is something that I would never say because apparently I just don't have the mind for it.
Each person needs to come to their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome.
And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer!
I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with.
Only to a degree? What did I update it with?
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right?
So long as it's not bashing my head in. An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too.
Oh, so you're going to try to reconstruct it. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the pieces.
But aren't you supposed to guard the crime scene?
You're guarding it now. See, obviously.
That Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up...
Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work.
So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights.
Oh, it's
Ooh,
even...
smart.
Yeah. Compare the weights of what?
The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact.
Though, shouldn't there be a slight difference because the pieces aren't exactly the same? I mean,
might-
if there's a significant difference, then yes, we're definitely going somewhere.
She might put, like, the figure on with the pieces.
Well, yeah, but that figure is different from all the other figures we'd measure against.
True.
Why do you want to do that?
That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles.
It's balanced.
In other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same.
Actually, it means these two weigh the same. Which apparently makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see?
Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay then, let's give it a try.
Oh, you should have measured the bag too, but at this point I don't think it really matters. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you.
I mean, as far as answers she's not handing over to us, at least that one's fairly straightforward.
Yeah.
And magazines. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh?
Oh!
This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident? What is that? Cocteau ladies? Miss Muscle appears. Cosplay king. It's really hard to read that. You're going to be... I can't read that last word. You're going to be mall. You'll have so many shops.
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think?
Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is...
Toko.
On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters.
Lataka.
And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
And then it would appear you found it.
Kyoko, is this...
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it.
a dying message?
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the only one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come on looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Then she's the killer, right?
No. Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure.
Oh, okay, if you're gonna raise those flags.
That's conclusive evidence, right?
No.
We can use it to kill... We can use it to corner the killer.
Again, no.
Nope.
I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. So there are two major problems I can see with this. One, if Sakura did write this, then this was before she was bludgeoned. The Monokuma file says that her cause of death was the hit to the back of the head, which means the poison is not considered a murder weapon. So if she did write that, she's writing who poisoned her, and though this does open up Toko because, you know, she was very adamant she had a specific way of killing people, it doesn't pin her for this case.
Yeah.
The other option is someone did her in and then said, hey, pile of blood, without really thinking things through like a certain someone wouldn't, and decided to frame someone else.
Yeah. You think Hina's trying to do it?
No, Hina was with us most of the time. It's not impossible she did it, I just have a hard time fathoming it. And we don't really have any other evidence pointing towards her.
You think it's possible maybe she's just trying to get rid of Toko, even though she may not have even actually killed Sakura?
That's a possibility.
She's just angry. She just wants Toko to die.
Well, I mean, I guess she chooses randomly from one of the three. She doesn't particularly have any reason to single out Toko. She's not particularly afraid of Genocide Jack more than anyone else. Oh, trial time.
Here's another way that the blow could actually have killed them. It could have suffered a concussion from a blow. So the death may not have actually been immediate. It could have been later. But they could have gotten, you know, a brain injury, and that could have killed them off when they weren't aware. Like, one of the big things that doctors will tell you when you suffer heavy head trauma is not to go to sleep, because it's possible you won't wake up.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved.
Crap.
At this point, whatever happens will have to happen to the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen.
Crap. Alright.
Monokuma made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! Carrot_carrot. Locked room murder mystery, semicolon, close parens.
What the?
Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons!
Oh, crap.
Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD! This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? T_T. He's right! It does make it seem sad!
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator! Lowercase o underscore uppercase o.
Oh my gosh!
I'll see you all down there! Less than, open parens, asterisk, dash, asterisk, less than, close parens, caret, less, open parens, asterisk, dash, asterisk, close parens, caret, open parens, right, greater than, asterisk, dash, asterisk, close parens, greater than.
That's amazing. What the hell was that?
I don't get it.
Just the word.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone!
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? What the heck? Whatever.
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. That person is here? That person is one of us.
Don't look at me!
I said it before and I'll say it again. It wasn't me. The culprit is one of us. Make no mistake about that.
Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? What the heck? How can you just stand there and say you didn't do it without even breaking a sweat?
Hey,
Standing around here isn't going to do any good. Let's get going.
Okay, well, how about we do the opposite of that? It's about time for our nightly refresh. We will be right back.
Danganronpa.
Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. With each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I got through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed in our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. Someone could have cleaned those assets up a bit better. You can see white edges all over.
Yeah.
It felt lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again.
Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few! You must be so lonely.
You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left.
I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill! Find your assigned seats!
And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, this would have been a better spot to save. Oh well. Okay, set skills. What we got here? Each time the time limit for increases the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. Not that helpful. Steadies your aim a little. Effective during non-stop debate and the hangman's gambit. Speed of memorizing a statement. Okay, so we've got these. Handiwork allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. I guess we'll just pad up what we have a little. Let's review it one more time. Why was discovered. Evidence. Oh, hold on. There's evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries are noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from vomiting of blood. So it's not claiming that she died from the blow to the head, just that it happened.
Yeah.
Ooh, that opens things up. Let's believe
It's possible that the poison could have did her in. Or like I said, it could have been a concussion, because you can die from those.
I get the sense that they're probably going to lean on the poison this trial, though.
Yeah. Or at the very least, that could be a way that somebody could weaken her, because she's so strong, you know? It's probably poison, though. Probably drank protein or whatnot.
Oh, it was Chem A2. It wasn't labeled C. But it was still in the area. So it could have been contaminated.
Here's a crazy thought. Do you think she would sacrifice herself for Hina?
It's possible, but if it's to slug down a protein-enzyme X in her place, she could have, one, just thrown it out, and two, she wouldn't have knowingly
Not like
done
that. Not like that. Allow Hina to kill her so that she could escape while pinning the blame on Toko. So she could have been the one to put the chair against the door. and let the poison finish her off. She could have dropped it, actually, because she had it with her.
Well, not impossible. It just really doesn't match up with Hina and their relationship.
Well, that's not what I mean. I mean, Hina might have not... true.
If she wasn't part of the murder, then she's not helping anyone by dying.
It's true. Maybe she agreed? I don't know. Hina looks like she's ready to snap.
Spilled after the incident took place. Which would mean it couldn't be Sakura. So someone putting something back on the shelf. Which could have been that bottle of C4. Alright, let's go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid
I don't think Hiro
excuses.
hates Sakura. I think he just calls her Ochre because she reminds him of that.
Hina seems really sure that one of those three is the killer. She must have some reason for believing that.
Okay.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
So we've got the 3 accounts. Well, that's not helpful. Byakuya never saw her. I never see her.
There's 2 bottles. There's something significant about there being 2 bottles. What could that possibly mean? Like, what would that have anything to do with it? There's a figure missing, too.
Yeah. I never went to see her. I don't see her that day.
Now, she
So
seems
it's suspicious here
But
that she said 2, which means she knew there were other notes being passed around.
Yeah. Now, she was surprised that the other person to get it was Byakuya.
Actually, no, she expressed her surprise because she didn't know that someone else had gotten it.
She thought she was the only one to get to get the note. Unlike the other guy, Hiro seemed to be aware. He claimed that he got a note too, although he seemed to be fumbling over his testimony.
Notes. Slid them underneath each person's door. I'm wondering if we're trying to steal something. Memorize.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low.
Oh, okay, that's the only reason you
Low
have.
as you can get.
So we're actually backing her up here, looks like.
It was one of you.
Remember, we can copy and paste.
Yeah, but
I don't
there's
see
two
it.
items. They
Yeah.
don't seem to contradict each other.
Yeah.
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it?
That doesn't make
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low.
Whoops, missed you.
That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
Nope.
No, it's because I missed.
Low. That's about as low as you can get. It was one of you killed.
And what reason do you...
Because you hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. And does that mean one of them did it? Footprints, status...
Pocket trash. Maybe?
We'll have to see what they're talking about.
Okay.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
You did.
No, it's wrong. Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but look, she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
She just got it recently.
When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
What Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The reason I know that is... Wait, what?
What?
I didn't click anything. Why did you...
What? What? What's that?
I don't know why you just embarrassed yourself in front of everyone, but you did.
Okay. When she got the candy?
Yeah.
I got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, There's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
You are hostile.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message!
You saw it?
When did you see that?
What would a shining message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
When did you see
So
that?
it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was...
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
No, there's an obvious problem with what Hiro said before.
Status of Sakura's body? It might be a copy-paste one this time.
I can tell you
Could be.
exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No.
There can't be that.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No. So copy her? They didn't shoot his with it?
Oops, I didn't want that. Status of Sakura's body, traces of blood. However, there was no injury or indication. Yeah, that's not relevant here.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell
This
you
is kind of her
exactly
word
when I
against
found
his.
the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
It's not that.
Huh.
Shoot! I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body...
Where is it? Maybe that message.
Upside down.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Damn!
No, it's because I missed it.
And I can tell you when it was only after I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Have to copy it again?
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you it was only after I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine when I pulled it out.
My guess here is because it was so obviously inaccessible without anyone noticing that you'd go to see it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
There we
There
go.
it is.
No, that's wrong. When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it. After we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah?
No.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Oh my god.
That's not a claim to credibility.
You're like, I don't know if you are either aware of how stupid you sound and it's actually banking on the fact that we think you're too stupid to pull this off and you're actually a genius, or it's just too easy and it's not him. Ugh.
Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Oh, here we go.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30.
I forgot how to do this. So, let's get this going. Reload is tab. Okay, good. Activate fever time is space key. Okay.
The occultist bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap.
Oh.
The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap.
Oh, he got me.
No! No! No, 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 no. No! I find it almost out of character they would all vote for him. You know?
They have to vote me, otherwise they give you information about the case.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occultist bullcrap. The end is nigh. Can't hear you.
Can I target multiples? I can.
Conspiracy. The end is nigh. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Show me the proof.
This should prove it. completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But
It's also not Hiro's penmanship, but it seems to be going towards him doing it.
both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
What?
You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there,
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well.
Okay.
Would you like a piece of candy? Might help give you some energy.
Oh, sure. Thanks.
and that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Ah!
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that.
And here's the problem. How'd you make the locked room?
Once it was over,
No.
I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
I'm
That's
not
how
gonna
she
get
died.
off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense?
Why was the magazine hidden?
Why didn't you suck his finger?
Why didn't he use Sakura's finger? Why he picked Toko? No,
All
that's
of these,
kinda-
really. But
yeah.
why was it hidden if he's trying to frame someone?
Yeah.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So it's likely that everyone was in here at different times. So he did the smashing. He left it open. Toko comes in and sees that and it's like, no, I'm not doing this. And then maybe something comes up and she has to smash Sakura's head in just because she starts stirring or something.
I still think Sakura actually killed herself this time. And what happened is she didn't let him frame Toko, picks up the magazine, puts it away while she's already taken the poison and is coughing up blood. That's why you see it there on the floor. She walks back to the thing and sits down and dies. Maybe she thinks by maybe committing suicide, she ends the whole thing, because nobody technically did it.
Why would you take the time to write that message? Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
Well, that supports both of our theories.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, He's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Who wouldn't like what had been written? There's only one choice.
Coco.
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
Yeah.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of this case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. I have to prove that.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yellow powder. Because that would have meant that she actually got up and left the room.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Interesting.
After the first
So
swing, the
Monokuma
bottle
file.
shattered. And
Oh no, not
she
Monokuma
went
file.
limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
Just make sure this has what I think it has in it. Suffered 2 blows from the head, not 1.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind before she could...
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
Are those supposed to be question marks?
I know,
It's
right?
not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
I do like that after the last case was all about disproving a forced pattern, we're now relying on a pattern to prove something.
I know.
Also, hey James, welcome to the stream.
Hey, y'all.
That was the bottle Hiro...
I know, James. Sad face. Wonderful
For
Sakura.
now, just note
No.
that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Correlation between the Monokuma bottles. feel like it's starting to become clear. The connection must be... chess?
Wait. Oh, chess pieces. Yeah, chess pieces. There's one missing.
Now I understand.
Sucks if you don't know chess.
The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
Oh, is it actually the queen? King and queen are always so unique.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Wait, the bottle that was missing... It was excited.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle. The evidence that proves it is... Towards the bottom.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
So why are we in an Egyptian-themed courthouse?
And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavy. And the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. Must have been used by... some bowling aficionados.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Whoa.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
You're not sure of anything.
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
You do a lot of admissions, don't you?
Yes, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Right after I got Ogre's note, I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
What?
Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone.
No, she was
Toko
in
had
the
disappeared.
locker? She was hiding in there?
Let me just go over what he's trying to say here. Ogre showed up and she went in the rec room. Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. When I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared. Okay, so Toko goes in first, hides in the locker, and then Hiro goes in with Sakura.
And then when he smashes her head off with the bottle and writes her, what? This
You
really...
just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. It's definitely proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. A new element has been added to bullet time.
Really? Your favorite things there.
Would you like to hear more? Not really? So far, you've probably been using the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow.
No.
Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the Q key, Q key, or use the mouse wheel. Thanks, James. Makoto is very difficult for me. I miss the days where I had easy targets, but they all died. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Wow, only halfway. How are they gonna pad this out? Well then, good luck, and have fun. I guess we still have student 16, but...
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. That's enough!
Hang the rec room.
Ah,
I
no!
admit nothing. It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
Okay, doing it again.
That's enough.
This should prove it.
Her face!
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
I'm glad you're enjoying it, James. it doesn't help, really, because you've got your own schedule going. But if you do want to see the rest of what we've done up to this point, I am posting these videos up on YouTube now, so you can catch up by going through the logs. Not quite the same, you're not going to be able to talk to us live, but at least it's something there.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Yep, that's the one.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Whoa.
That's quick.
She just straight up admitted it.
You killed Sakura.
No, I swear, there's no way.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Ah!
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
I mean, we've still got Byakuya to throw his hand in here. Is he really the killer here?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Well, that's fine.
After we left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget about that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, it
Whoa.
was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Oh boy.
Her? You mean...
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible.
But in her defense, kind of scary thing to wake up to.
Considering how much Sakura does not like Genocide Jill.
Someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's
Well
gonna...
then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Wow.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
Yeah.
Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Now I'm super intrigued. Because like, it's definitely moving towards Byakuya having some involvement in all this, but why would he bring it up if he was the one guilty? I mean, he likes interesting things, but this is suicide.
Yeah.
So even he is not it? Which means it's Kyoko or Aoi, or someone came back after the fact.
Odd. Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is...
Oh, please, we don't have to pick yet.
No.
Good.
There's a lot here. We'll just have to see if they come up with any contradictions.
Okay.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
That's where the blood was.
Taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up!
No, because the bottles aren't
In
there.
front of the shelf!
The bottles are elsewhere. How could she have reached that far? She couldn't have done that. It's too far away.
It would explain why the blood was there, but how'd she do it in the first place?
Yeah. But also, like, the first thing that she reached was another bottle. How could her hand have stretched so far? They're on a counter, adjacent from them. If she woke up right in front of the shelf, the bottles are too far away to reach.
Maybe she's just that fantastic.
I don't know.
The second attack from Toko really was the killing blow.
I was just sleeping peacefully.
Okay. Explanation for how it wasn't.
Here.
It's so far away from where the victim was
It was found. Yeah.
It's not helpful here. Oh, this is also
Yeah.
something.
Near the table. There are none near the magazine shelf. She said it happened right where she woke up, in front of the magazine shelf. That's wrong. There's only glass over there. Then again, she could have cleaned it up, though.
Yeah, I mean, she did pick up the figure.
But even then, how did she reach so far?
Powder. Wait. Chem lab isn't relevant yet.
And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack
Where
take
did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
In front of the shelf.
Might actually need the other one.
Sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Yeah, okay, so in front of the shelf. Which of these contradicts that?
The glass? Where it is? No.
And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in
Status
blood.
of Sakura's
So
body.
you smashed her head in with the Monokuma
Chemical
bottle?
examination summary.
You got it! I smashed her good!
You know what I want to say? How do I say it?
I know, right?
Oh, that's something. She was dead in the chair.
Yeah. She's too far away.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
Yep. No, it bounced off.
I know. Just it's annoying.
I was just, and all of a sudden, I remember waking up.
You were taken by you smashed her.
You got it.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, it's wrong. We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Hey!
In his defense, I did just notice. I was trying to piece together the other parts that contradicted that.
Not talking about that. I'm talking about her thing. We're not lying.
Well, she's telling that to Byakuya.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Magazine shelf bloodstain.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The bloodstain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
To be fair, we were thinking that that was the vomited blood, but if you're vomiting up that much blood, it's seeming less likely that that was the case.
Ultimate egotist needs to be his real special ability.
Make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
No.
But
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Because it was open already.
The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because I was in the locker.
Locker's too small.
I saw it for myself.
Yeah.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open.
But also,
So
like,
obviously, Toko
hasn't she
couldn't have been
suspended some of her victims? She had to have lifted them enough to put those things, you know, into their hands. Anyway.
Not the lift, but the final part that suspends them. Like, you can easily get someone to raise their hands, stab them there, raise the next part of their arm, stab them there, do the same with the other side. It's the last push up that
Yeah.
makes things difficult.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
It's not a very flattering low angle.
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How did you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? There's another possible explanation. Maybe it's... Back to yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Okay, that's the contradiction.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
So it's in our evidence.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, What was it?
There's no other but killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Oh no.
Shoot!
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack...
Combination. Bloody son of a- I guess we could bring up the file.
Yeah. Evidence. Victim. Okay, violent vomiting. It does have it in there.
Anything else?
What was it?
Easily dying message, that's irrelevant now.
There's
Howie's
no other
account.
possible cause.
I think
Killed
that's
Sakura.
just, oops. Her saying that the messages were sent out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's one to go file for.
I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
There. That.
Yeah.
So you get that I'm
I didn't have the time.
What was it? It wasn't from Japan. What was it?
There's no
Don't
other
miss.
that killed Sakura. I can't think of anything other than the
No, it's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
I am still... It's still very hard for me to pull the trigger on it, but it is starting to lean more and more towards Hina having poisoned her.
I know. Like,
And I
what?
would agree that it would be sort of like a sacrifice play, like, here, use me, I've done horrible things, I'm done. Go be free.
Something like that. Weird.
From what I know of her, it seems so bizarre for her to take her up on that.
I don't know. Okay. Let's take into account like what else is going on. Obviously, Monokuma has some kind of thing on Sakura, but Sakura, it doesn't look like she has a way to help whoever apparently he has ransom. Unless he's okay. If he's talking about some other person we don't know about, she still has to kill somebody, and the only person that she can save is herself. If he's talking about Hina, the only way she could possibly help Hina is to be a sacrificial lamb.
The other thing is, apparently we're halfway through the game, and there are so few of us left that we can't actually rule out a suicide.
I know.
I am not convinced it's Byakuya at all at this point, but as the trial proceeds...
We'll find out.
That's all it was. The file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poison?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
Oh, please, by all means, do it.
Blame it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
No, please, be useful.
Shut up and listen to Master!
You're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Oh, come on, just say it, dummy.
Bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. Sure I know where he got it.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch.
And he dies.
But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
There should have still been some trace amounts in there.
I know, right?
But he did say it wasn't a particularly powerful poison.
You'd have to drink the whole thing. And it's powder of all things.
The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder. Which would mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be?
That's true, the labels could have been swapped.
It seems more like the bottles, because just... The bottles are very distinct.
Powder?
Protein. Drink. Oh, not that one. Where's E?
E.
K. Don't take that out of context.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
You need an intermediary. You can't just swap them directly into each other.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched.
Moreover, where's the yellow powder on the floor from?
So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
And of course she'd accept it very willingly from Hina.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the scene... Onokuma bottle.
There's only one problem with that. You think after the first sip, she'd realize that something was wrong with the drink. He even indicated that you'd have to drink the whole thing. You'd think after you think she could down the whole bottle in one gulp?
Well, yes, but also assuming that the poison has a flavor.
But even then, like, she would have noticed it's not full of protein drink. And you'd have to drink all of the liquid, he said. It's not that lethal unless you drink the whole thing.
You give or take, yeah.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Shoes?
The evidence that shows who switched them.
Oh.
It has to be...
Footprints.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
And it's also suspicious because those two were the only ones who really went to this room, which would be... like, it was a direct path to and from.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Hina.
visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
What?
The footprints. They're mine.
Wow.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Ogre's killer was...
Yep, I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
Wow.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, huh? The only people wearing sneakers here are... Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Asked him.
These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay then. Let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. Wasn't checking the size.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility. Just Hina. Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
That's the same as always.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really... kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it. I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves, just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
Try not to raise too many flags, Byakuya.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery.
The locked room.
And
Yep,
I'm
the
not
locked room.
convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter.
Ah.
Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
Yeah.
It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd like to know too.
I'm having a hard time imagining who she could be trying to protect by being obstinate.
I know, right? What the heck?
Oh, maybe trying to protect the memory of Sakura if this was a suicide.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And why aren't there footprints there?
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's
Wait,
it.
put the protein powder back on. Oh, right. The poison. It was in the C bottle.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But
Footprints.
if that's true, isn't that a little strange?
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case.
Footprints in the powder.
It's my
Source
suspicion.
of the powder. Okay.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
Okay.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
So that's when it was spilled.
Yeah.
So
When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, it's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well,
You lied to us. plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Which is the supplement case.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
Aw, you upset, Byakuya. I love it.
No, this kind of revelation would not incriminate Byakuya. This is not what he'd do if he was at fault.
I didn't say incriminate, I'm just saying he looks upset, and I like it.
Oh, okay. You're just petty.
Yes, I'm petty.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account. Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found...
I know!
Huh?
Piece of glass.
Piece of
It
glass.
had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
Ooh.
That could have ended very poorly
Badly.
for you. Is that part of the window? I'm not sure where you'd get that from.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
No, So, she didn't die from poison, she swallowed
Explain
glass?
the meaning of that shard of glass.
It could still have been poisoned, but...
True.
Shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison.
Rec room window.
Rec room window.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right, it must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was it the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window? The bottle of poison should have been. Back in the case. According to what Hina told us,
Should be in this section.
I got it!
Yeah.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked.
at least until the window got broken. Oh, that's gonna put it on Byakuya. It doesn't explain how he's behaving.
Maybe he's just off-put by the strange behavior that people are doing.
There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Little.
Not at all.
Yep.
Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened.
Oh my gosh, Sakura's foot. What? No, it couldn't have been Sakura.
What?
Her foot. Remember, there's powder from the protein, the powder
Right.
on her
To that
shoe.
protein can. There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying...
That this is what it is. It's found near the rec room door. It's broken to get into the rec room. Around and underneath. Yeah, this is what we want.
Someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked. No, that's wrong.
This is so weird.
Remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Yeah.
That's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we
Whoa.
get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right?
Nope.
She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
It was
I mean, the evidence is pointing towards there, but the game's giving me a prompt to decide, which means I should probably disagree. One who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been...
She had the things on her shoe.
Yeah.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Have to get Hina to admit that.
Here's your favorite sections there. Rhythm game time.
A third time?
I hope not. Yep, there you go.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Footprints. Yellow powder, yeah.
This should prove
Yeah!
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same
Are
yellow
those
powder
sneakers?
that had been spilled by the shelf.
I thought they were.
They don't seem to be tied up. She uses Velcro? Oh no, I guess it's like a slip-on, but that's not a sneaker.
Yeah.
Like, if you assume those bandages are like socks, then it's got a sort of strap to hold the foot in place, and then an open part, and then the toes.
It's a very misleading foot shoe thing, okay?
That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura. What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. Connection between Sakura and the poison? The unsolved mystery of the locked room? There's only one way to explain it.
It was...
Wow.
Yep, I called it, kinda.
And we're like 9 episodes too late, but we finally got our suicide.
Yeah.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
You probably do.
Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course... The locked room secret.
Got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to get them. The others.
On shaky legs, Hina left this rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room,
I got everyone.
What? Ogre!
Ogre. Oh, so she's dead, huh?
Sakura's been killed. I see.
while everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No, 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 no!
No more bullet time, please. We had 3.
Zara doesn't want to do it anymore, game. Don't do it.
I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
With a comic book!
Ah! Begin.
Oh, well. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so they got their...
Let's see if there's one with Byakuya.
Yeah. His
So
evil
sinister.
smile.
She looks so innocent, it's deceiving.
Okay, so she's... oh, she went to hide in the locker.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what all this darkness is.
Then, okay, he's got those. Okay, keep going. You smashed her on the head. Let's see. A bloody bottle, I guess. Oh, breaking the bottle breaks with the knight in it. Okay. And then he writes Toko's name and runs for it. Then she comes out.
Make sure there's not any other.
She hides it.
What's she doing?
Oh,
this
yeah,
one.
upside down magazine. Okay. Shenza, and then she passes out. Thing comes out. Grabs the thing, it's smashed.
Queen.
Okay.
What the heck is that supposed to be?
I don't know.
Her running really fast, I guess.
Yeah, cartoonish running. Okay.
Wow, she's a trooper.
Yeah.
So wait, she drinks after all this happens?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess she had. Nope. Keep going.
I'm gonna put this here
Chem there.
for now.
Chem. Yeah. What's that?
I don't think there's anything else that really fits there.
Yeah. Keep going.
That's it.
Yep. Just go forward. Okay. Find it.
Why isn't Sakura
there.
culprit? Wait, we do have a culprit. Oh, probably
Okay.
Asahina.
Yeah. Turns around. Okay. She picks it up. Where's the one? Where is she? Oh yeah. That, I guess.
Yeah, picking up from underneath the glass.
Yeah. And then one where. Okay.
The killer is you!
No, it was
No.
suicide.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya.
I really like how there's an entirely different characterization of characters in the manga portions.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's a lot more, not quite ugly, but I think you probably understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Lot heavier
Then
stylization.
headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toka, she got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toka. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture.
I can't have anyone else trying to kill me as I commit suicide.
And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can.
Toko in the back there.
They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
She called 3 witnesses to trip the notice. Oh, that might actually be the case. I mean, it's possible she was going to talk to them over something reasonable and then she decided to commit suicide after all this happened. But it's also possible, yeah, just get 3 witnesses there so that we can get this over with quickly.
And the one who went to all that effort.
The stylization. It's great.
Was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But
It's great.
Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth? that even I couldn't discern.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Wouldn't this be so awkward if Monokuma had like some weird funeral execution scene for Sakura?
I hope he doesn't go that far.
Ugh.
There's some lines you don't cross.
Yeah, well, he doesn't seem to be the type to care, but, you know, maybe not.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Then why did you give me money?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will
Sakura.
you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I'm not expecting everyone to pull the lever on Sakura here, actually. I think Hina might...
Try and vote for herself.
Possibly.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So, that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah! We almost died there!
What is this?
Because... that's exactly what I wanted!
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
Even me,
Yeah.
you, and Kyoko?
Yeah, Makoto and Kyoko have been pretty cool, you know?
None cooler.
What?
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. Whoa.
For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. But that's...
I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note.
Suicide note?
Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault, after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me.
This is really going down to no one hurts Hina and lives, not even me!
You know, right? What the hell?
I can't forgive
My closest friend got hurt! Sorry. Sakura. Because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. So she thought everything was her fault. Which was why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk with them.
But
Talk about what?
Assuming she's not lying here, then I was right. She actually was going to talk to those, and then them, and those first two attacks probably pushed her over, realizing, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's like irredeemable. We're all screwed. To hell with it all. Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up at you at once, even you. Hina, please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They're friends. Oh, God. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of this. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable.
No! That was just a misunderstanding!
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding! She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her. Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina, you came.
Wait right there. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh? A favor?
Some protein. Could I ask you to?
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the camp lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. And by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please.
Oh, God. Let me in! Open the door!
Why? Why?
Oh, God. Why did she have to die?
I'm not sure she's screaming that at this point.
She did. See, it's exclamation mark.
I don't trust their exclamation marks.
Well, she went why, and then a louder why. I'm pretty sure it was a little louder.
I mean, if this structure is to believe, then she is claiming that why is the reason she had to die. Assertively.
She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it.
Hina.
We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial.
Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. And even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
This is taking so long! I'm about to fall asleep over here! I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say?
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course that's what she was thinking. Because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky?
Huh?
What if it was really... like this?
Ooh, what's
The
this?
heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
What the hell? That is messed up.
You tampered with the crime scene.
I know.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
What? Then you lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Oh my gosh.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value.
Oh my gosh, that's messed up.
It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy! I didn't do anything, except for the things that I just admitted to doing.
Oh my gosh.
Did I falsify evidence? Yes. Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? Almost.
Oh my god.
The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around.
Oh, bullshit.
Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys.
Wow.
So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut!
What does the testimony say?
Actually, maybe it didn't affect the trial. The will was only produced after the verdict, right?
I have no idea.
It's bleeding together a little bit.
He said that she put that in her room.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it in using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Oh no.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem.
My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
Wow.
No, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
We had a lot of those, didn't we?
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
It's a very long letter, considering what you can see on her table.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel.
So, that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course. Because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic? Or just moronic?
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The Mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the Mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told, and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the Mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting? To protect us?
Correct.
She didn't end her life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other.
Ah, the Masterman's plans.
That's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. As you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else.
About that.
No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close, and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless.
Oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway.
But we didn't.
Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all.
We beg to differ.
In fact, it was because of your stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
Huh?
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either. Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Phew.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of this game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, It would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What's going on here?
Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear now.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me.
Byakuya, does this mean...
Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
Liar. Whatever master goes, I go! And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire!
Everyone...
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning?
How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead!
You're not gonna...
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it would be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Did he pull in the dojo crew?
I have no idea. Maybe it's a stuffed Sakura. What?
Oh!
No! Oh shit! I'm sorry, Zare. I am so sorry. Wow. Wow.
You...
Ooh.
You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk!
Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried? Broiled? Give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
Guys, the look on Zare's face right now. he looks like he's ready to flip a table.
No, this table is expensive and I don't want another hole in the wall.
I know. Oh. But at least, you know, some kind of metaphysical table, maybe.
Unfortunate I don't want to do face cam, huh?
Hold. Keep it together, Zare. You can do this. You can get through this.
It doesn't hurt nearly as bad as when Chihiro died.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that I know this guy's in the sequel because I want to visit bloody vengeance upon him.
I know. Maybe it's like a 2.0, you know? Maybe it'd be a different one.
It's possible, but then, like, even if we do manage to mangle one copy, it means nothing.
Eh.
Anyways, onwards. We're running late.
I realize how dangerous it could be. But still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That is pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball?
Says the stuffed bear.
Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him!
Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. He was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop? It was... I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
It wasn't even that enlightening, I'm sorry.
Or maybe more like a reward, in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So, of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to be able to I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so we can all get out of here.
Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help, at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
Wow.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad. Like, just unreasonably upset.
Well,
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
The what? Postscript.
yep.
Yeah, there's still a little more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go! Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly! Meh.
One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully, it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. And so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Hey!
Oopsie daisy! That was a close one. Another word, and we would have been hip-deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today.
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit!
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid! It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve!
Fine. But at least Sakura's note.
Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
But
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser! Wait, what's this?
what is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. Fuck you. I mean, I'm not just going to lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it.
Huh. Wow. What a stubborn loser, huh?
She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you?
Well, whatever. Who cares about some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard.
Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Yeah, absolutely, James. That's what Kyoko was going on about last trial. Sakura's final message? Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school.
We're clones, aren't we?
Mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
The Mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the Mastermind did? What did the Mastermind do to us?
Everyone's gonna be like running to the bathroom, looking for anything, switches, wires.
I mean, did the Mastermind plant a bomb in us or something?
Ugh.
And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off.
Oh, another reference.
And the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No. I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So, the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there, other than to head back up? Yeah, okay, let's get out of here.
But
Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. Hello, Pot. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
hey, dial back a few minutes ago, Byakuya. What was that look on your face?
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. Except for when I did lose to that exact challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up.
Seriously, I'm sorry.
How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry. Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. That wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag? What the
She thinks she's putting the moves on Byakuya.
What?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master! Huh? Well, what are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here! Why would I go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
He must think he's a real prize!
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, 'cause you are, sleazeball.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Oh, a bit more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey! Stop fighting with Master! You're making me jealous! I want the abuse, give and take! Me!
So much for harmony.
Hooey.
I guess it's not easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, and before long, night snuck up on us, too. It was just rude enough for them to come up at us with gunpoint, but they had to do it all sneaky-like.
This is as such. Soon the doors to the... Okay, then.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into deep sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me.
Oh, really?
A voice. Okay, well,
A
if you're not
voice.
going to end this up real quick, then this is a good enough spot to do so.
Fine. It might end right there. Just like that the little voice.
We'll find out next week.
But voice. But voice. Oh well.
This was a very good session. I love the development of Byakuya, even though he seems to have just done a 360 by the end of it.
I know, right? It's like, you were doing so well, you sleazeball.
Sakura's death was satisfying. Alter Egos was not.
I know, that came out of
That
nowhere.
extra little kick in the nuts when he put the paint on top, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
We'll find some way to get catharsis.
Maybe Proto Waifu survived. Maybe there's a copy of him somewhere embedded in the network, and it'll grow like a virus and take over. I don't know. Matrix style. James likes calling Byakuya sleazeball.
So, while it's not outside of the realm of possibility that you could upload a program like that once you're connected to the network, there is the problem that Monokuma detected him on the network, which means something like that is probably not going to slide past him.
Maybe not. We don't know. We already have cognizant AIs to begin with.
Hey, Feather, not everyone hates Byakuya. Like, all the characters, sure. The two here sitting, commenting on this, not so much.
Not so much. He's a nice character to hate. He's interesting. It's a love-hate relationship.
If I were to call out a character right now, the ones with the weakest characterization in my mind would be, well, one, Sayaka, but she gets an excuse. She died really, really quickly.
Yeah, you really couldn't get to know her very well.
And Toko.
Yeah.
Toko's entire personality is, I have two.
I'm waiting. This game seems to keep surprising us now and then, so I'm waiting for something to pop up with Toko. Obviously, there's some...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure there's going to be something down the road that's going to flip our opinion on her, assuming she's not the next victim.
Yeah, assuming she's not. Because it seems like she just seems to be like a red herring that gets placed in trials now and then, but she hasn't actually gone out of her way mostly to kill someone, as you know, that kind of thing.
Well, I was going to say something and I've lost it. Now I've lost it.
Oh, this is just, this is awful. Ugh.
And with that, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Till next time, take care.